Alrighty guys, welcome back to another Marvel matchup here as we do Marvel Champions. Today we got a really good matchup here today, I believe, and very thematic. It's going to be Spider-Man and Ghost Spider taking on Green Goblin. Yeah. I couldn't decide who would villain to put him up against. It's been a long time since we actually fought Green Goblin, so I thought, you know what? Thematically, it makes sense, right? I think it does. So, yeah, it's going to be Green Goblin against Spider-Man and Ghost Spider. Now, if you're interested and you're really geeked up about, I got to see what you're doing here, right? Let me see if I can find my decks and show them to you. Maybe. Let's see here. All right. Here we go. Okay. Our deck is Ghost Spider Defend and Spider-Man Aggression. So Ghost Spider, this is Ghost Spider's deck, 40 cards. Protection. She is doing the whole Spider-Verse. She's all about putting out other copies of Spider things and then using her protection to deflect, jump out of the way, and not take any damage so she can ready herself because of her special abilities. So that is Ghost Spider's Defend. And you can see that the last two I actually worked on. Spider-Man Aggression. He's all about the regular, what I'm going to call the regular build, where he's just getting his Shield, Nick Fury, Professor X, the Shield resources, the Helo Carrier, the Quinn Carrier, and a couple of the aggression cards. 40 cards. So there you go. Again, how well these are, or how super cool they are, I don't know, but we're going to try our best to do the best we can. So we will rearrange my screen now back to normal. Here we go. Alright, so we're going to be using this side camera today because anytime you have guards with sleeves on them, it just turns into a glary mess unless you come from the side. If we try to go from overhead, it looks good. Most of it looks good, but then some of the lighting just like obliterates it for some reason. Yeah, it just doesn't look that good. So we're going to try this side. Unfortunately, we have Spider-Man way over here on this side, which is going to be hard for you to see. He has a Goblin Thrall, which is part of the Green Goblin setup. We have Unleashing the Mutagen. So the contents is Green Goblin 1 and Green Goblin 2. Mutagen formula and standard encounter set, one module encounter, which is recommended as the Goblin Gimmicks. Setup, put a Goblin Thrall minion into play, engage with each player, and then shuffle the encounter deck and advance to 1B. So that's what we did. It starts with 2 per player threat. Green Goblin has 16 hit points times 2 players is 32 hit points. And I'm shuffling up his deck. And shuffle, and that's should be pretty good. There, now everyone's seen that. Alright, for Spider-Man, again, we just saw his deck. I will shuffle up his deck as well. And then he will draw... he will draw 6 cards, yes. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And Genius, Bug, Power of Us All, Web Shooters, Skilled Strike, and Swimming Web Kick. Okay, I think I'm actually just going to take those, and we'll get down to business here in a minute. Let's shuffle up Ghost Spider. She's got a Goblin Thrall with 3 hit points in front of her. Both of the Goblin Thralls have guard on them, so you can't attack Green Goblin until he will go to stage 2 when he gets to 14 threats. He's right at 4 right now. The Green Goblin has, after Green Goblin attacks and damages you, place a threat on the main scheme. So, we don't want him attacking us and doing damage to us. Alright. And so you should start over on the other side as well. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. She's got choose either a shuffle ticket to the multiverse from your discard pile in your deck or Ready George Stacy. She's got Defiant, she's got Jocasta, Ghost Kick, Parental Guidance, Jump Flip, and Web Binding. I think I will mulligan this hand. Alright, let's try this again. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, let's hope we get something better. Phantom Flip, Phantom Flip. Wow, okay. And then Flip Jump, or Jump Flip. She's got Phantom Flip and Jump Flip. Oh, she's got 3 Phantom Flips. That's crazy. We're going to shuffle her deck one more time. Hopefully get something a little not crazy. Choose to either shuffle tickets in the multiverse from your discard pile into your deck. Ticket to the multiverse sounds like a very important thing for her. Let's see. Let's see what that is. Ticket to the multiverse. And why are these two cards sticking together? Get away from one another. Ticket to the multiverse. Remove it from the game. Discard your hand. Shuffle your discard pile into your deck. Draw up to your hand size and ready each Ghost Spider card you control. Okay, well. Alright. Let's see if we can do better. We haven't even got things on the table yet, and it shouldn't be that hard for her to get a decent hand. Alright, let's try this one more time. Web Binding, Energy, Defiance, Web of Life and Destiny. Defiance again, which are defensive cards, and Ghost Kick, which would be nice. All right, we'll keep it. We'll just deal with what we got. All right. So, we're going to start with Spider-Man, and so we would like to get rid of this card and do a nice chunk of damage to that guy, which would be awesome. And I got a power of all of us, and I have 4 red cards. And the power in all of us isn't going to help at all. So the web shooter will exhaust, generate a wild resource. So I would definitely like to put that into play. I would also like to put that into play. So we're going to put bug into play. We're going to use genius to pay for the bug. All right. He only has 2 hit points. All right. So I am then going to spend 1 to bring in a web counter. And Peter Parker will... we can generate a wild resource. Right. So I should do that before I flip over. So this brought in Bug. Then his special ability will bring in the web shooter. Then I will flip over. Alright, and so then Bug is going to attack him for 1 damage. So he's down to 2. And then Peter Parker will attack him and get rid of him. Kill him off. Goodbye, Goblin Thrall. He's out of there. Alright. Then I'm going to spend the web shooter and the power of all of us and skilled strike and do a swinging web kip to deal 8 damage to him in the face. 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He's down to 24. Oh, what a nice punch. Alright, so Gwen, what can you do? I might want to keep this. Let's see here. Yeah, this is another not great hand, to be honest. She's got events. Alright, so she can't do anything, so she's going to flip into Ghost Spider. Ghost Spider. And her special ability is... when she initiates an interrupt or response ability or on an event, she can ready Ghost Spider. So she will do that. Unfortunately, I would have loved... You know what? I'm gonna mulligan this one more time because she just doesn't have what she needs. I'm gonna assume we would have mulliganed. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. So hopefully we'll keep these. All right. So we'll keep this. Hopefully. Alright, whatever. Alright. So, yeah. Alright, here we go. So she's going to spend 2 to punch this guy in the face. Because she's got an attack of 2. And then I'm going to play this card for some strength. After Ghost Spider uses a basic power, which he just did. Remove 5 threat from a scheme. So we're going to remove 5 threat from that scheme. And so there you go. And then when she uses an response, that is a hero response card. Hero response. So I can ready her. And guess what? She's going to use her attack and punch this guy again really, really hard. And there he goes. He flew off of there. Yeah, she has 4 events that aren't going to do anything for her. So I am defense when you would take any amount of damage, prevent 2 of that damage if you pay for this card using a remove 2 threats. Yeah, I'm just gonna get rid of those 3 and keep this card and draw back up 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay. And we're ready, everyone. Ready. Oh, when I attacked, I should have healed 1 on this guy. Ready. And you get 5 cards as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright. That's the first round. It took a little while to get there, but we got there. Alright. So, +1 per player, so it's up to 2. There we go. And then he's going to attack Spiderman. He's going to attack Spiderman. Right, so let's see if she can jump in here. So let's see here. So Gwen Stacy is going to defend this attack. She's going to defend this attack. And she is... So she's going to defend against this attack. But she's going to use some expert defense, which allows her to get +3 to her defense. Right now he's attacking for 2 plus a star. Put Goblin Thrall into play, engage with you. And I had a card and I got rid of a card. I think one of the cards she had, yes. When a card is revealed from the encounter deck, deal damage to the villain equal to 1 more than the number of boost icons and cancel the when revealed effects. So this actually, I still think, gets assigned to Spider-Man, even though she's defending for him because he's the defender. But she doesn't take any damage, so she can ready herself because when resolving an interrupt or response, which she just did, hero interrupt, she can ready herself, so she did. Now Goblin Thrall is going to come after her. And I think I'm just going to take it. So it's 2. Give the villain 1 additional boost card. So it's 1, 2, 3 plus 0. Nice. So 3 damage. Alright, so she'll take 3 damage. 3 damage. Down to 7 hit points. Alright. Then we have an encounter and an encounter. And the encounter for Spider-Man is Goblin Glider. Attach to the enemy with the highest printed hit points and without a Goblin Glider. And then you got to spend. So he's basically, Green Goblin's going to get a +1 to his attack. Alright. We can spend 2 energy to get rid of it. And we have Goblin Reinforcements, which comes in when revealed. Place 1 additional threat here for each Goblin minion in play. There's 1. And he is not a Goblin minion, so I think we're just putting 3 on here. Alright, so that is that. In fact, and then first player, which would... Where's our first player token? There it is. I got it. First player token. Alright, so Gwen Stacy gets to go first. She is going to put out... She's going to put on her web bracelet. So whenever she resolves an interrupt or responsibility on an event, exhaust this to draw a card. So that's going to help. That's going to cost us 2 resources. So I will spend those 2 resources. Well. What is she going to do? That's an upgrade. That would have been nice to get in. She is going to attack. Yeah, she's going to attack for 2 damage. Down to 22. And I think she's going to flip over and relax for a minute. Spider-Man, what are you going to do? Oh, yes, right. I know what you're going to do. You're going to kill everyone. So... So we're going to have Professor X come in. We're going to pay the power of all of us and go. Oh no, that's not going to be. That's 2 plus 1 would be 3. I couldn't do my swinging web kick then. Damn. Yeah, that might be the best option though. So 2 and 3. Okay. 2 and 3. 3. Oh, so that's the 3 we're spending to bring the professor in. And professor is going to do a... after he comes in, he's going to confuse Green Goblin. And then the professor here is going to thwart for 1, or for 3, and get rid of the goblin reinforcements. Get him out of here. No reinforcements for you, jerk. Right. I'm going to put out the war room. I'm going to use my swinging web kick to... I know, I'm not... I hate that. But it is when an ally attacks and defeats a minion, exhaust war room to remove a threat from a scheme. So Spider-Man is going to punch this guy for 2. He's down to 1. And then the bug is going to finish him off. Nice. Which, because of the war room, will remove 1 threat from his scheme. So it's going to go down to 1. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Gwen Stacy is going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. He's going to get 2 at the start of his turn, 1 per player, so it's going to go to 3. He is going to try to scheme, but he's confused, so nothing happens. He goes to attack Spider-Man. Oh, we should ready everyone. Ready everyone. Everyone ready? Okay. So, Gwen, she can't because she's an alter ego. Right. So, she can't jump in the way. Let's see if Spider-Man can do something about this. You know what? I think the bug is going to jump in the way there. The bug is going to jump in the way and defend. And it was 2, 3, 4. He did not damage us, so we do not take any. He doesn't get his little boost. Then we have an encounter and an encounter. Encounter number 1 is a Goblin Soldier with 5 nasty hit points. And over here is Overconfident Treachery. When revealed in hero form, Green Goblin attacks you. If at least 3 damage was dealt by this activation, this card gains Surge. Well, that is fine. I am going to... I'm not going to have him attack me because that's just dumb. I'm going to use my Enhanced Spider Sense. We're going to use our Web Shooter to pay for that card. When a Treachery card is revealed from the encounter deck, cancel its when revealed effect. Ha ha ha. Cancel, cancel. See you later. No problem. Okay. So that is the end of the round. The first player token goes back over here. The professor decides to go away. And it's back to Spider-Man here, who I think is going to So okay, let me think. What do I want to do here? I got combat training. I got webbed up, but I can't afford it because my web shooter is expired because I just paid that other card. So I could pay these three to pay in Moon Girl. Or I could bring in some combat training. I think we're going to bring in Moon Girl. Let's do it. So it's going to be those three to pay for it. 3 resources. And then after you play Moon Girl from your hand, I get to draw 1 card for each mental resource I used. Guess how many mental resources I used? None. Ha ha ha. No mental resources, so I get to draw no cards. No cards, you say? No, I say no cards. So Spiderman is going to attack this guy for 2. Boom. And Moon Girl is going to attack that guy for 2 more. He's going to go down to 1 hit point. Isn't that nice of us to help out our ally, Gwen Stacy? 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, she got her 6 cards. Great. Alrighty. Oh, hills, bills. I need a web warrior. I need a web warrior. So I'm going to bring this guy in for 2. This is going to be 1, 2. This one here is Web of Life and Destiny. It says ignore this card's resource costs if your identity has the Web Warrior trait, which it does. So it costs 0 to bring this in. So I'm going to bring this in for 0. And then last but not least, we're going to play Unflappable for free. We're going to use this card to pay for that. This is after you defend against an attack and take no damage, you draw a card. You exhaust this and draw a card. So this only has 2 hit points. And, alright. So, this guy is, he's going to attack the soldier, kill him. When defeated, deal 1 damage to each engaged player. Deal 1 point damage to the engaged player. Okay. She will take a damage. So down to 6 hit points. Oh my gosh. Ghost Spider's gonna die. No. 6. Alright, she's down to 6. That's fine. So when defeated, deal 1 damage to the engaged player, which we did. When this guy kills her, he takes a damage. 1 point, a consequential damage, but War Room. After an ally attacks and defeats a minion, exhaust this card. Remove 1 threat from a scheme. Okay, we'll remove a threat from a scheme. That's lovely. She's going to recuperate for 3, so she's going to go back up to 9. And she's going to flip over. So she's back up to 9. Okay. Versus the Goblin. Yeah, versus the Goblin. Alright, so I think... So the Web of Life and Destiny. Web of Life and Destiny. Ignore this card's resource costs if your identity is the Web Warrior trait. Response. After a Web Warrior ally leaves play, choose a player. That player draws a card. Okay. So that is it. 4, 5. We ready, everyone? Back up. Ready, ready, ready. Ready, 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 ready. 5 for Spider-Man, 5 for Ghost Spider. And there we go. So he goes up 2, he's up to 4. And now he's going to attack Spider-Man first. Spider-Man will defend with Moon Girl. And would have been 2, 3, 4, 5 damage. So Moon Girl sacrifices. Again, he did not damage us. So he doesn't get his boost, his bonus. He will go to attack Ghost Spider. He's dealing 3 plus a card. All right, I'm going to defend, and you'll see why here in a second. I'm going to defend. He's doing a 3 plus a boost card. I'm going to defend. And, oh, wait a minute. Before you do anything, I'm going to play Defiance. Defiance. Hero interrupt, defense. When a boost card on an enemy attacking you would be turned face up, discard it instead. So we just discard this card, which means his did 3 attack. I have 3 defense, which means I don't take anything. And because I did a hero interrupt, I can ready Ghost Spider. Oh, yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Now we have an encounter for you and an encounter for you. Wait, did we do encounters? No, we didn't do encounters. Right, okay. The villain attacks you. Okay, so he's going to come back for another attack on Spider-Man. I say bring it on. Bring it on. Bring it on. He says, all right, I'm going to bring it on. I'm going to do 2, 3 damage to you. And Spider-Man says, oh, you're so funny, Green Goblin. I'm debating. I am going to backflip out of there. When I would take any amount of damage from an attack, prevent all that damage. Ha ha ha. See you later. So Green Goblin, you are not very good at your job, are you? Encounter card for Ghost Spider. Oh no, more Goblin reinforcements. So that is going to be... there's no Goblin minions in play, so it's just 2 threats. Should be able to take care of that pretty easy, I would hope. First player token goes to Ghost Spider, and we are ready to go. Wow. That's a bummer. That is a bummer. Oh, After you resolve an interrupt, which she did when she played this card, when a boost card on an enemy attacking you would be turned face up, discard it. I should have drawn a card, so I will draw a card reciprocating that. SPDR is going to thwart for 2 and remove the goblin reinforcements. He's just going to do that. And he has a special ability. Add SPDR to your hand if she was defeated by taking excess consequential damage, which she was. She only had 1 hit point. She took 2. So she took excess consequential damage. So she gets added back to my hand. That is nice because it's time to do some crazy good stuff. Max 1 per event. Oh, okay. So that's once per event. Oh, and now, after a Web Warrior ally leaves play, choose a player. That player draws a card. I am going to choose Spiderman to draw a card. Okay. All right. That's pretty good. That's a nice little combo there, doesn't it? That reminds me of nice stuff. Okay, Ghost Spider is going to attack for 2. She's going to just attack for 2, knock this guy down to 20 hit points. Attacking for 2. Oh, wait a minute. When Ghost Spider uses a basic power, it deals 6 damage to an enemy. And I will do 6 damage to an enemy. He's down to 14. Nicely done. I cost 2, so I'm going to pay some energy for that. And she can ready herself back up. And after she... No, this is an interrupt or a response. Oh, this is a hero response, right? She played a hero response. She gets to draw a card. Oh, that's going to be really helpful because she's going to attack again. Or she's going to do a basic attack again. Holy crap. This is going to get crazy here in a second. He's down to 12 hit points. And now... which one is it? This one. After Ghost Spider uses a basic power, removes 5 threat from his scheme. So we're going to remove all the threat. And this is a response, which means once again she can activate this power to get a card. It does cost us 2 to play that, though. We should probably pay for that, shouldn't we? Let's do... Do we pay for this one? We didn't pay for this one, right? It does cost 2, so we do have to pay for it. All right, let's not cheat. 2 resources. All right, you know what? We're going to pay these 2. Very expensive car. Oops, you guys can't see. These 2, we're going to pay these 2. And now we're going to bring SPDR back in with these 2 cards. He comes in with 2 hit points. And he is going to attack for 1, knocking him down to 11. Oh, she gets to ready herself again because of that second Phantom Flip. Oh, no, I can only ready. Oh, right. So I ready myself. So I did my attack. I readied. I did 2 point. All right, so I should be flipped over. Right, okay. This is once per card. This is not once per round or anything. This is once. You can only exhaust this once per card. That's crazy good. And I think, wait, that's her turn, but we're not done with Spider-Man. He hasn't gone yet. Woohoo! Go, Spidey, go! All right. What are we going to do? We could bring in Nick Fury. Or we can bring in Mockingbird and do a skilled strike. And I think we... do we need Nick Fury? What is he going to give us? You know what? We are going to bring in Nick... No, because we would have to... Well, I could use this. Yeah, you know what? We're going to spend those 3 and our last web shooter. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4 to bring in Nick Fury. And Nick Fury is going to allow us to draw 3 cards. 1, 2, 3. Oh no, now I got my... I got Black Cat and I got my swinging web kick. But I think I'm going to bring in Mockingbird for these 3. Although 8 damage is so nice. Well, let's think about this now. We might be able to knock Green Goblin over to his other side here in a second. He's going to do 2. I will do 2. That's 2, 4 damage. He'll be down to 7. And then I can do a swinging web kick and knock him into next week. The question is, what happens when Green Goblin goes to level 2? Deal 2 encounter cards to each player. What? What? I don't know if we want to jump him over like that, but you know what? I think we're going to. Nick Fury's going to do 2. Spider-Man's going to do 2. That's 4 damage. And then I'm going to play swinging web kick to do 8 more damage. That's going to knock him over. And he will be knocked out. So he's going to go to level 2. He's going to have 36 hit points now. 36 hit points for Green Goblin. He's flipped over to level 2, which we now have to deal 2 encounter cards for you. 2 encounter cards for you. We'll get to those here eventually. Deal 2 encounter cards to each player. That's not very nice. Okay. That is the end of the round. We'll deal up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for Spider-Man. Ready, everyone. Ready, everyone. Ready, everyone. And go, Spider. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Let's hope he doesn't do anything crazy this round, and we'll see how it goes. Okay. So first player, he's going to go to attack her. She is going to use her expert defense. She's going to defend. And she's going to use her expert defense. So she gets +3 to defend. And boost. Put Goblin Thrall into play, engaged with you. Okay. So he does 3 damage. We block all the damage, so we don't take any damage from his attack because of my expert defense. All right. And because of that, I used a hero interrupt. So I can ready Ghost Spider, and I can draw a card. And I didn't take any damage. And now this guy's going to attack me for 1, and I will take 1 from damage from him. I think he attacks. I don't know, to be honest, if he attacks or not. Alright, now he's going to attack Spider-Man. Nick Fury's going to jump in the way because he's going to go away anyways. And, oh, it's player 1 obligation, but it's 2, 3, 4, 5. So, no damage. Nick Fury blocks it all. Now we have encounter cards. Okay, this is where it's going to get crazy. I got 3 to each player. Alright. So, Overrun. When you defeat this, each player must discard 2 cards from the encounter deck and put each goblin minion they discard engaged with them. Okay. So that comes in with 1 per player, so 2 on it. Second encounter card is another Goblin Thrall. Third encounter card is a Goblin Soldier, and she's got 3 enemies on her right now. Okay, it's not the end of the world. Okay. Spider-Man. Choose to either spend 2 resources of any type or give the villain a face-down boost card. Choose to either spend 2 resources of any type or give the villain a face-down boost card. Yeah, we'll give him a face-down boost card. Why not? Next time he goes to attack somebody, he'll use that. Okay, these 3 are on her. This is now gone away. Second encounter card is a Goblin Soldier. Third is going to be player 2 obligations. So we've seen both obligations for the players. We didn't see the nasty card yet, though. And now we have Spider-Man, who has... Oh, and this goes to Spider-Man, who's now the first player. Oh, and he should have got 2 threat on the main scheme, right? Okay. So we have 5 hit points here, 5 hit points here. And 3 hit points. Oops, that's not 3 hit points. There's 3 hit points. And 3. Okay. Alright, Spider-Man's up first. And after starting to confuse a minion. Okay. Spider-Man isn't taking any damage yet, which is kind of nice. We're going to bring out a web shooter, and I think we're going to use... If I use this, I'm just thinking about if I use that to bring this out, then this will give us 3 resources to use. Or 1 resource, right? Then I can spend those 2 on that and then 1 on this. Yes, okay, so we're good. Alright, I just wanted to make sure. Alright, and now Spider-Girl is going to come out. And it's going to cost me some strength to bring her out. And then I'm going to use my resource here, my web shooter, to put a spider tracer. And I'm going to put my spider tracer on this goblin thrall right here. Alright, so that's all my cards. So I've got to make it, last. Right, remove a threat. So I can attack for 2. Spider Girl can attack for 2. Let me see what he can only attack for 1. So doing 2 might be a good option. Okay, so I'm just trying to think about how we're going to deal with these. Oh, I need to give her 2 hit points. So she can do 2 damage. That's pretty good. Pretty good. 2 damage. So that is not going to help. Okay. Oh, after she enters play, stun and confuse a minion. So we're going to stun and confuse a minion. And I'm going to stun and confuse this goblin soldier. He's not going to be able to do anything for a little while, which is fine. This guy's only going to be doing 1 point of damage. It's not the end of the world, so that's fine. So I'm going to have Spider Girl, boom, do an attack, 2 damage to this guy. Boom, he's down to 1. Spider-Man is going to attack for 2. He's going to hit this guy down to 1. And then that's all Spider-Man can do. All right. Now, SPDR is going to attack the Goblin Thrall. Boom. And that's going to knock him out back into my hand because excess consequential damage. You know what? Instead of attacking this guy, he's going to defeat this, and then he is going to go back into my hand because that would have been 2. He only had 1 hit point. So when defeated, in player order. So first player. Each player must discard 2 cards from the encounter deck and put each goblin minion they discarded this way engage with them. So 2 for you. Player 1, no. Player 2, no. So player 2, 1 card, no. 2 cards, no. Nobody. That was beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. And a Wicked Ambition, an Advance, a Goblin Glider, and a caught off guard. 4 non-minions. Okay, so now he's back into my hand. So now it's time to do the thing. Alright. Ghost Spider is going to attack for 2. And she's going to knock this guy out. Boom. Knock this guy out. It's kind of a waste because they only had 1 hit point remaining, but knock that guy out. And when this minion is defeated, remove 3 threat from a scheme. So this guy's not very good at scheming on us. So that's good. And then, yes, she's going to ghost kick again. It's going to cost us 2 resources. True that. And it's going to be these 2 resources. Spider-Man and the ticket to the multiverse. I don't understand this card at all. But those 2 cards will pay for the ghost kick, which is going to allow her to, after Ghost Spider uses a basic power, deals 6 damage to an enemy. And she's going to knock this Goblin Soldier out. Hang on a second. War Room. Oh, it doesn't matter because we don't have any threat. This guy is confused, right? And so she can ready herself and she can draw a card. Wow, that is super powerful. Oof. She's going to bring this guy back in for 2 resources, which are going to be these 2 resources right there. He's coming in with 2 hit points again. And he's going to activate and punch this Goblin Thrall right in the chest and kill him. Kill him dead. All right. And then I'm going to keep, when a boost card on an enemy attacking you would be turned up, I can discard it. So I think I'm just going to keep this card and draw up. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ready, everyone. Ready. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. When she readied up, she could have punched somebody for another 2. So she's just going to punch Green Goblin for 2. He's down to 34. I forgot to have her punch again. Oh, and I forgot to have him give his boost card when he attacked. Shoot. That's my bad. Already gets 2 at the start of his turn. Then he goes to attack Spider-Man. Spider-Girl's going to jump in the way. The villain heals 2 damage. Okay, so he gets his 2 hit points back. But Spider-Girl is knocked out. Bummer. Then he's going to attack Ghost Spider. Let's see what she wants to do. She's going to defend and use her Defiance. So when a boost card on an enemy attacking you will be turned face up, discard it instead. So we discard this instead. And he's going to do 2, 3 damage. I defend for 3. And because I used an interrupt, I can ready myself and draw a card. Wow, that is so powerful. Oof. All right, encounter cards. Now that his reign of terror is about over. Oh, he would have used up this card as well when he attacked me. Okay, encounter card. Pumpkin bombs attached to the villain. After the villain attacks you, discard pumpkin bombs and take 2 indirect damage. Okay. And encounter card for Ghost Spider. Hero form. Green Goblin attacks with plus X, where X is equal to the village stage number. It is stage number 2. Do I want to... after you defend against an attack and take no damage, exhaust this card to draw. So I should have been able to do that as well when he just attacked me. I will defend again. And I will use expert defense this time. He's going to attack me again. And it's going to be 2, 3, 4. And I get plus 2, so it doesn't do any damage to me. But then the pumpkin bombs go off. The pumpkin bombs go off. Discard pumpkin bombs and take 2 indirect damage. I will just take it myself and be down to 6 hit points. So she's down to 6. Here we go. All right, and then this guy, which was stunned, loses his stunned and all that. And unfortunately for the goblin, that's it. He's got 36 hit points. This moves over to her. All right. I'm going to have SBDR do the thwart and thwart away this 2, which is going to knock him out and put him back into my hand. We're going to play this card, which is Silk. Costs 2 resources. I will get there. Give me a second. I will... 2 resources, which is going to be this one and the Phantom Flip. Response. After you play Silk from your hand, if you control another Web Warrior card, here's a Web Warrior card, here's a Web Warrior card, search the encounter deck for a Treachery and discard it. Guess what? We're going to search for the card that shall not be named. Unfortunately, we're running out of cards, though, so... Okay, Treachery gone. And now, she's going to attack for 2 again. We're going to do it on this guy. No, we're going to do it on this guy. 2 on 2. He's down to 34. And Ghost Kick. After Ghost Spider uses a basic power, deals 6 damage to an enemy. I'm going to use these 2 resources for that. I'm going to ready myself again. I'm going to get to draw a card. And I'm going to kill off the goblin soldier. Oh, when defeated, deal 1 damage to the engaged player. She's going to be down to 5 hit points. And he should have lost a hit point from that. So Spider-Man should actually be down to 9. Uh-oh. I forgot about that. 9 hit points there. She's down to what, 5 hit points? Okay. We're probably going to have her flip over after she's done beating everyone up. 6 damage. Yes, I didn't do the 6 damage now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He's down to 28. 28 hit points remaining. She'll flip over and she'll go back up to and recover and go back up to 8. And yeah, well, I guess we'll hold that card. That's fine. Okay, back up to 8 hit points for her. She recovers. 8 hit points. Nice. Spider-Man, what can you do? Well, he's got a lot of resource generation this time. Alright, I'm going to pay the Helo Carrier for 3 mighty resources. And then I'm going to use the Helo Carrier and the Web Shooter to bring in the Genius. And so he's got a lot of resources out there now. So Spider-Man will just punch for 2. He's down to 26. And he'll stay where he is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So technically he just won't get his extra card yet. She will keep this in 1, 2, 3. She'll get an encounter card. He's down to 26 hit points. I have a good feeling about this. So, all right. So she's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Ready, everyone, and everything. And Spider-Man doesn't have a deck, but I don't. You know what? We're just gonna give him a card and be done with it. I'm not sure if you're supposed to wait until you have to draw one. But we're just going to give him an encounter card. Okay. So that's their encounter cards. We'll get to those in a minute. First things first, he gets 2 at the start of his turn. Now he goes to attack Gwen. No, I'm sorry, he schemes. Because she's in alter ego, and she doesn't have anything for scheming, I don't think. No, I don't think so. So he will scheme for 2. This card gets +1 boost icon if at least 1 goblin minion is engaged with you. Well, they're not. So that's 2 + 1 is 3. He's going to do 3. So he's up to 5. Okay. And that's it. So then he comes over here and attacks Spider-Man. Spider-Man says, bring it on, big fella, bring it on. And the Goblin is going to do 2, 3, 4, 5 damage. No! Oh my gosh, what if I didn't have a backflip in my hand? Which means, again, no damage, so he doesn't get his bonus. He hasn't had his bonus all game. Wah, 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 wah. Lovely. Now we have encounters, though, so don't get too cocky, Jester. 1 for you, 1 for Spider-Man. So, first, Ghost Spider. First one, Goblin Knight, 7 hit points. That's pretty rough. 7 hit points. I can't even put that on a 6-sider. Have to use a 10-sider. Alright, after he attacks you, discard a card from the Goblin encounter deck. If the card is a minion, put it in play. Oh, he's going to die very quickly, I bet. Second encounter is Goblination. Each Goblin enemy, including Green Goblin, gets +1 attack. That's 2 per player, so 4 resources there. Okay, that's got to go too. First one on Spider-Man is Hysteria. Attached to Green Goblin. When Green Goblin schemes or attacks, give him an additional boost card. You have to spend 2 mental to get rid of it. I'm actually going to put these cards out here so it reminds me. Because when they're underneath him, I kind of forget. And last encounter card, Monster. When revealed, you are stunned. If you're already stunned, take 2 damage. So Spider-Man is stunned. Alright, first player token goes to Spider-Man. He's got a lot of resources, though. He's got a lot of resources. Guess what he's going to do? Ooh, this is a good question. What are we going to do? Ooh. 2. 3. You know what? It's time to just slow down that Green Goblin right now, I think. So, we're going to... Yeah. We got 3 resource generators, so I'm going to play Webbed Up and put that rate on him as a reminder. So it's going to cost me 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. Hate to waste it. Because I got 2 really good cards, but I can't use them. So I'm going to spend my 2 energy, and we'll just get rid of this because I can spend 2 energy to discard this. So we'll do that. I'll spend my energy. Boom, done. And I'll keep this card. Spider-Man will attack, so he gets rid of his stun. And that's all he can do. So it's all up to Ghost Spider now. That's interesting. She's got a lot to deal with out there right now. There's a Goblin Knight, a Monster, and Hysteria is still out there. Okay. Oh, he's got another one of that. She's an alter ego, so I can either choose to shuffle ticket to the multiverse from your discard pile. What I don't have anything in my discard pile. All right, let's slide these over and we'll put this here. He's not going to be able to do anything for a little while, so... So I'm going to spend 2 mental resources, and we're going to just get rid of that as well. So that just leaves us with a monster on Spider-Man and a Goblin Knight on her. Both of them are 7 and 6 hit points and +1. So I would like to get rid of that for sure. I'm going to play Spider-Man. Another Spider-Man. Cost me 2 resources. I'm going to play these 2 resources right here. I'm going to play a armored vest from the bracelet, or from this card. Then I am going to flip over. I got enough hit points. I'm at 8 hit points. Alright, it's time for her to do some attacking. 2. Okay. This will remove 1. So I think we can get rid of this one, but then we have this one to worry about and this one, so that's kind of bad. Let's think. How are we going to do this? What are we going to do? So, I think Spider-Man here is going to punch. Oh, no, that's going to kill him, isn't it? Wow. All right. So, 2. Yeah, it's going to... Yeah. So, it's going to do 2 points of damage, which is going to knock him out, but that's going to knock him down to 4. Ghost Spider is going to punch him for 2. He's down to 2. Jeez. Yeah, that's going to be bad news. These 2 that came out right now is like the worst timing on that. So Silk is going to attack for 1. Knock him down to 1. Unfortunately, that's all she can do. I mean, she did pretty good. All right, so draw back up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, yeah, we're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So, start of the round, he gets 2 right off the bat. He's up to 7 now, halfway home. Okay. He goes to attack Spider-Man, but he's webbed up. So he's webbed up, and now he's just stunned. So he can't do anything. But this guy can. He's going to do 3 damage. Unless I want to... Oops, I got to ready everything up, by the way. Make sure everything's readied up. 3 damage. Yeah, he's just going to take it down to 6. He's down to 6. Spider-Man's down to 6. Okay. So he attacks. Then Green Goblin stuns, so he doesn't do an attack over here. But the Goblin Knight is... Oh, wait. This guy gets +1. So 3 + 1 is 4 damage. Spider-Man's down to 5. That's a bummer. Right. And then the Goblin Knight goes to attack. And when he goes to attack, I have to discard a card from the encounter deck if it's a Goblin Minion, which it's not. So he's going to do 3 points of damage to her unless she wants to defend. Nope, she's not going to defend. She's just going to take the 3 damage. 1, 2, 3, down to 5. Both of them are down to 5 hit points now. Okay, now we got encounter cards. This is where it could get really bad. Spider-Man's Ghost Spider. Spider-Man is a Goblin Soldier. Okay. And for Ghost Spider, it's a Goblin Thrall. So each of them have 2 guys on them now. We just flip over the first player token, and we now have an acceleration token over here on that. So each of them has got 5 hit points halfway down. Okay, shuffle that up. 5 hit points there. 3 hit points there. All right. Ghost Spider first, and she is going to do a number on these guys, and they're going to really wish that they didn't piss her off. So she's going to attack for 2, and she's going to punch this thrall for 2 points of damage. That's going to exhaust her. But she's going to Ghost Kick and do 6 damage, which she's going to take this Goblin Soldier out. And after ally attacks and defeats a minion, exhaust this to remove a threat. So we're going to remove a threat down to 3. That which readies her, and she gets to draw a card. And I think that's it. Right. So now, I have to pay for that too, so we're going to pay for that too and not cheat. Hey, Jester. What's going on? Tony, Board Life. I'm going to pay for that Ghost Kick with that. Then she's going to punch again. She's going to knock out this monster here. Knock that monster out. And when she does that, she's going to then Ghost Kick again for another 6 damage, which knocks this down to 1. And I have to spend two more resources on that Ghost Kick. After resolving an interrupt, again, get to draw another card. And now that readies her one. No, she cannot be ready because it's only once per phase. Okay, but she got to punch. Punch again. She got to punch, Ghost Kick, punch, Ghost Kick. So that's pretty good. So now we have 2 little wimpy guys left. Silk is going to do 1 point of damage. To this guy right here. Boom, get him out of here. And when a Web Warrior leaves play, we have something. Choose a player. That player draws a card. I'm going to have her draw a card. And now, oh my God, we're going to bring SDPR on. for these 2 cards. And he is going to do an attack of 1. Boom. And knock this Goblin Thrall out. Woo, baby. That was a whipping. Woo, yeah. That was a butt whip. She destroyed all those dudes. Man. Wow. All right. Now it's up to Black Cat. It's up to Spider-Man. He's going to bring in Nick Fury. We're going to use a Halo Carrier. We're going to use some Ingenuity. We're going to use Chase him down. And a Quinn Carrier. To bring in Nick Fury. Nick Fury is going to allow us to draw 4 cards. 3 cards. 1, 2, 3 cards. Right. Then Mockingbird is going to come into play. He's going to stun Green Goblin. And it's going to cost us 2 strength and a Spider Tracker to bring in Mockingbird. Mockingbird has 3 hit points. Then I'm going to bring in Black Cat for these 2 resources. All right, and I need another gray one. There we go. All right, so now I got all my guys in. Now it's time to kick some butt. So, first things first, Nick Fury is going to thwart for 2, which is going to knock this down to 1. Black Cat is going to thwart for 1 and get rid of Goblin Nation. Get it out of here. What a jerk. So that's those 2. Spider-Man is going to punch this guy down to 24. And I think everyone's readying up, and we got a boatload of stuff on the table now. We have got control of the board, as they like to say. We've got control of the board. Before I do that, is Spider-Man going to flip down? No, I don't think he is. So, I would like to get some healing on some of these characters. But for now, everyone's ready. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So, he gets 2 at the start of his turn. He's up to 9. That's pretty good. He's getting up to where he needs to get. Oh, I'm sorry. He gets 10 because of the +1. So, 14 will knock him over to the next thing, which is bad. He goes to attack, but he's stunned, so nothing happens. Then he goes to attack Spider-Man. Nick Fury will jump in the way. And no damage, but Nick Fury gets knocked out. Then we have an encounter card here and an encounter card here. And if those 2 encounter cards don't suck, we are going to win. When revealed, choose to either spend 2 resources of any type or give the villain a face-down boost card. I'm going to spend 2 resources. There you go. I spent my 2 resources. And now for Spider-Man, it's a Goblin Thrall. The easiest one of all. Alright, so this goes over to Spider-Man as the first player. And now it's time to say goodnight Spider-Man. Or say goodnight Mr. Green Goblin. It is going to be... And we're going to beat him down hard. So, we are going to bring in Spider Girl for 2 resources, which are going to be these 2 resources, the Power of All of Us and Government Liaison. So those 2 brings in Spider Girl. Spider Girl is going to attack for 2. Attack for 2, knocking this Goblin Thrall down to 1. Then Black Cat is going to attack, knocking herself out. And that's going to knock the Goblin Thrall out. We can remove this down to 9 threat. Okay. I will then use some Hero Carrier, Ingenuity, and the attack team to swing kick for 8 points of damage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He's down to 16 hit points remaining. Spider-Man will kick him for... Spider-Man will kick him for 2. He'll be down to 14. And Mockingbird will thwart for 1 just to make sure that he doesn't do something crazy. And that's everything for Spider-Man. Let's see what we got over here now. Oh, right. Okay. All right. Right. All right. So I'm going to have SDPR immediately do his little thwart trick. So it's going to knock him back into our hand. Boom, boom. And that's going to knock this down to 6. 6 thwart. Now, even better than that. Ooh. I think I'm going to do this. I think I'm going to have her attack for 2, knocking him down to 12. And then she is going to Phantom Flip. After Ghost Spider uses a basic power, remove 5 threat from a scheme, so it's down to 1. And then she gets to ready herself. Then she gets to draw a card. Then we're going to bring SPDR back in for 2 more resources. And I am going to have her flip over and recover for 3. So she's going to go back up to 8 hit points. Back up to 8. And I'm going to have him attack for 1, knocking him down to 11 hit points remaining. Okay, and I'm going to discard these 2 cards and draw 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Rennie. Everything's Rennie. Spider-Man. He's going to draw 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. He gets 3 at the start of his turn, so he's going to go up to 4. Then who's first player? Here. So he's going to go to attack. Spider Girl's going to jump in the way. No goblin minions, so didn't matter. She gets knocked out. He doesn't get any bonus because he didn't do any damage. He is going to try to scheme because I am an alter ego. So he's at 2. And he's going to heal 2 points. So he's back up to 13. Shoot. He's going to scheme for 2 more. So he's up to 6. He needs to get to 14. We have an encounter card and an encounter card. The counter is he's going to attack us with a +2. He's going to attack us with the +2. Wow. He's going to attack us with the +2. Mockingbird will jump in the way. He does a whole bunch of damage and kills her. But we don't take any damage, so he doesn't get his bonus. And where's her encounter card? She should have an encounter card. I forgot to give her one, or I moved it out of the way. She gets a Goblin Thrall. Ha ha ha. That's a joke. He's going to be dead very soon. First player token goes back to her. And now he's got 13 hit points left. Yeah. Okay. So. So, that's interesting. I'm going to bring this in, and I'm going to pay for it with these 3 cards. No. Yeah, that's fine. All right, so he comes in. He's got 5 hit points. Woo, he's a beast. When Spider UK defends against an attack, deal damage to the attacking enemy equal to the number of Web Warrior cards you own. I have 1, 2, 3, 4. So let's see what I want to do now. I think I'm going to, what am I going to do? What am I going to do is the question, right? Let's see, how much, what do you got, Spider-Man? Anything good? No, not really. Okay. I think she is going to recover. So she'll be back to maximum hit points. Back to 10. Maximum. Oh, I don't have her correct. She should be at 10 hit points. Spider-Man still is at 5. Actually, yes, I think that's right. We forgot to move this one down. 5. She's at 5. And I think she'll flip back over to Alter Ego. And He can do 2. He can do 1. Yeah, let's do it. So he's going to take 2 damage. And then this guy's going to take 1 damage. And that's going to knock him out. Okay, which puts her back in my hand. And I think that is all we're going to do with her. Spider-Man is going to do some Agent 13. We're going to use Genius and the Power in All of Us to pay for her. Then we're going to play Enhanced Spider Sense with the Bug. He's going to punch him for 2, knocking him back down to 11. And she's going to go ahead and thwart. So she's down to 3. So she's going to remove this down to 2. Or I'm sorry, down 2. And after she thwarts, I can choose a shield support and a ready that support. I don't have any. Oh, I do have this one, but I didn't use it because I didn't need it. So I could ready my helo carrier and get another resource out of it. I'm just going to ready everyone. Actually, I am going to have Spider-Man flip over, and then we'll ready everyone. Ready. There we go. All right. 6 for you. She is going to... Oh, she would have put this back in play. I'm not sure why I didn't do that. Hang on a second. Put that back into play. I'll just put that back into play. Then she's going to draw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Almost gone through her deck a second time. That's crazy. This fight has lasted way too long. Alright. He gets 3 at the start of his turn. He's up to 7. He is going to fight here. And Spider-Man, or Spider UK, is going to defend because he will deal damage to the attacker equal to the number of Web Warrior cards. So he's going to do 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 damage in return. He did 2 to him, so he's still alive, actually. And he did 4 damage back to him. 7, wow. That's crazy. Then he's going to try and scheme. Ooh, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. He's up to 12. And we have an encounter and another encounter. Encounter number 1, Hysteria. So when he schemes or attacks, give him an additional boost card. Okay. For you, the villain's going to... Oh, no, he's going to scheme. And he's probably going to scheme out. He is going to scheme out. Because he's going to do 2, and the 12 is going to give him to 14. So, let's see what happens here. The Mutagen Cloud. When revealed, advance to stage 2B. The Mutagen Cloud. X is equal to the number of goblin enemies, including goblins in play. If the stage is complete, the players lose. Okay, well that was okay. Because he's down to 7 hit points. So we passed the first player token back to Spider-Man. And it is beat 'em up kind of time, isn't it? Oh yeah. I will just swinging web kick him for 8, and that's going to do it. Woo, yeah. He's only got 7 left. Wow. There you go. That was a fight and a half. Jeez. Quite quite a little battle there going on. Almost through our decks twice. Normally it doesn't last that long. Probably have to fine-tune my decks a little bit. She has way too many defensive cards in her deck. And she can't use them all. She just cannot use all of the defensive cards that she got in her deck. So I'm going to have to take some of those out. Kind of alter her deck build a little bit. Yeah, a lot of these, several of these cards I had very little use for. So I have to really evaluate. Like Jump Flip sounds like a great power, but for her, that was a long Marvel Champions stream. Of course, I only caught about the last 10 minutes. Yeah, that was, let's see, we've been going almost 2 hours, but it is dual, so I'm playing with 2 characters. Normally I don't play with 2, so that's, I think she has, we got to get rid of the Jump Flip, I think, because she doesn't really need that. She's more, she's got a couple copies of Defiance. She has 3 copies of Defiance. Oh, I was going to say where the rest of them. There we are. There's one. There's one. So we don't need this one either. And there's 3 there. And so she has 3, 6, 9 defensive cards. That's way too many because she has a couple cards in her hand as well, or kind of go with her deck. Hey Jason, how you doing, buddy? When a card is revealed from the encounter deck, deal damage to the villain equal to 1 more than the number of boost icons on the card, and then cancel the when revealed effect. Ticket to the Multiverse. Action. Remove Ticket to the Multiverse from the game. Discard your hand. Shuffle your discard pile into your deck. Draw up to your hand size and ready each Ghost Spider card you control. So, like, I guess, like, you should empty your hand out like this, have this like be like the last card you play. Because then it's like, remove this card from the game and discard your hand. Well, hopefully you don't have anything else in your hand. Never played Marvel Champions? Really? I'm surprised. Tony said the same thing. He doesn't have Marvel Champions either. Wow. I'm very surprised. I'm very surprised. I like me Marvel Champions. It's a good game. It's my number 2 best game of all time. Right behind Sentinels of the Multiverse, which was number 1 of all time. It's a lot of deck building, and obviously I have like 5 boxes of cards. Like I got this one. I've got several of them between enemy cards and villain cards. It's quite an investment, to be honest. But if it's a good game and you enjoy it, then I don't see why not investing in it. Alrighty, well there you go. That's a matchup between Spider-Man and Ghost Spider versus Green Goblin. Very thematic. Green Goblin, Spider-Man, Ghost Spider, spidery things in the Spider-Verse. Yeah. Not the most powerful characters in the universe, in the Marvel Champions. Spider-Man is probably in the middle, and Ghost Spider is, I think, a little bit higher than Spider-Man, but not much. I think she does have a very good power that you can use. And, oh, speaking of good powers to use, I completely forgot to use Spider-Man's power to draw a card every time the villain tried to attack me. Using powers is hard. Holy cow. Yep. Good characters. They're fun to play, though, and I enjoy them a lot. There is a completely different group that I was going to do tonight, which would be Magneto and Nightcrawler. So I was going to take on Magneto and Nightcrawler. But I haven't played these characters yet. These are like the base decks that they came with. So usually these decks are kind of wimpier. So I'm going to have to check out what these characters do. I don't know what they do. I think we played Nightcrawler once, but we haven't played Magneto yet. So we'll have to see what Magneto does as well. That'll be cool. One of these days, one of these days, one of these days. So thanks everyone for watching. We do appreciate you coming by. Who comes in the base game? Good question there. We got the box right here. Right here somewhere. Right here's the box, but I need the rule booklets. All right. If you want to know who comes in the base game, I'll tell you who comes in the base game. What I will tell you is these are all of the extra characters that you buy and that I own, which is all of them. And you can see there is a boatload of them. Spiderman, Iron Man, Captain Marvel, Black Panther, and She-Hulk. There you go. There you go. There you go. But if you want to see some of the extra heroes, we have Nebula, Venom, Miss Marvel, Valkyrie, Quicksilver, Hulk, Wasp, Scarlet Witch, Ant-Man, Doctor Strange, Thor, Captain America, Black Widow, Star-Lord, Gamora, Drax, Phoenix. I keep thinking Phoenix Knight, but it's not Phoenix Knight. It's Phoenix, Storm, Spider-Ham, SBDR, Psylocke, Angel, Rogue. I have Rogue twice for some reason. Gambit, War Machine, Wolverine, Cyclops, Ironheart, Nova, Vision, Deadpool, X-23, Magneto, Nightcrawler, Jubilee, and Iceman. And there was one character for some reason, I don't know what I did with the little sheet, so I don't know where his sheet is. I don't remember which character it is. So that's a lot of characters. Yeah, that's a lot of characters. Those are all extra characters. Those are not the ones that come in the base game. So every cycle, they come with several characters in the box and then extra. So the first cycle was the Rise of Red Skull, and it came with Spider-Woman and Hawkeye were in the box. Spider-Woman and Hawkeye. And the next cycle was the Galaxy, the Guardians of the Galaxy. Couldn't think of the word of it. So Guardians of the Galaxy was next expansion, which it's around here somewhere. It didn't come with Rocket Raccoon and Groot, I think, were the two characters in the box. And then, of course, you had to buy Gamora, Star-Lord, and Drax. So, like, you get like the campaign with the new villains and everything, and 2 new heroes in the box. It's kind of a deck building and managing thing. Each hero comes with their own cards, and there's 15 of them. And then you can add in up to 25 to 35 more cards. Because you can have a deck of 40 to 50 cards. Obviously, everyone tries to keep it at 40. So you don't overbloat your cards or your deck with stuff in it. But there's resource cards. There's 4 different aspects. You can have attack, which is aggression, protection, which is defensive, thwarting, which is a way to keep the villain from scheming, and then you have leadership, which gives you an ability to work with lots of allies in your deck and stuff like that. So you're building your characters to kind of accentuate their main powers, their 15 cards, with other cards to either help compensate with what they don't have in their deck, or kind of accentuate what they do. And then you're going up against a villain that he does, each villain is different. They have their own special abilities. They work their own special way, and they try to do things differently themselves. And the game scales pretty good because everything is based upon how many heroes you have. So if you have 1 hero, 2 heroes, 3 heroes, 4 heroes, you're just taking the number and multiplying it by 1, 2, 3, or 4. So Green Goblin has 18 hit points. You multiply that by 2 and come up with 36 if you're playing with 2 heroes. If you're playing with 1 hero, you only have 18 hit points. So there you go. And there's, I think there's 54 different heroes and 46 different villains, I think, in the game. So it gives you a lot of variety. Some of them are more powerful than others. Unfortunately, the heroes that I love the most are on the lower end, because those are the heroes that came out earlier. And Fantasy Flight, they break all of their living card games with stupid rules and changes to the system as things progress, which is my one frustration with the game. Is it can be very very kind of frustrating to try and build decks and try to manage and try to make some heroes you play that are very powerful, and you're like, oh, this is really cool, and then you go and play a character that's not as powerful. So then you're like, okay, what do I got to do to make this guy more powerful? So you start, putting better, like trying to make his deck like the other hero, and yet he's not as powerful. So like you have like 4 or 5 different you have Spiderman. You have Spider-Woman, Spider-Man, Spider-Woman, Spider-Ham, SDRD. I forget what it is because I never played this character. Then you have Spider-Man Miles Morales, and then you have Venom, which are all kind of the spider characters. And so each one of those characters, there's 6 of them, they all play differently, and they all have different power levels. And even though you're playing the same kind of Spider-Man type characters, and so they each do things differently. So you have Spider-Man, which is super weak and wimpy compared to some of the other characters. And you're like, how can this be? They're all spider characters. So that's kind of the one. I guess it there is an advantage and disadvantage to having different heroes with different power structure. And it can get very frustrating because you have all these cards, tons and tons of cards. I have thousands of cards now. And you're like trying to find a couple that work with the one hero, but you always go back to the same cards. So like I have literally a box that is nothing but these are all the extra cards that you can add into decks, and you can see that some of these have got plastic on them because these are the cards that I use, and then there's cards without plastic on them because these are the cards I never use. And so you can see, like, of all of the thousands and thousands of cards, you only use like the same couple hundred, 200, whatever it is. And this is like, some of these are like, some of these I still don't even use that much anymore. So I'm doing red aggression cards, right? So these would be all the different events that I might use. And so, like these are the ones that I may use with the characters. But then you look at all the other cards, and these are all aggression. These are all aggression events, just like these. These are the ones that I use. These are all the ones that I don't use. And you can see that like the pile that you use is a lot smaller than the pile that you do use. So some of these are copies. You know, you have copies, and then some of these are just not as good. And you're like trying to figure out, okay, like why would I ever use this card? It's not as good as some of the other cards that I have. So that's kind of the one kind of the one downside to living card games is you have lots of cards and you don't use all of them, and there's good cards and then there's all the other cards, I guess is the best way to put it. It's still a fun game to get into and play because, I mean, there's villains that are extremely, extremely hard. Like Thanos is very, very tough. You have Venom, which is supposed to be very, very tough. So obviously you can take the heroes that are more powerful against the more powerful villains, and you can take the not as powerful heroes against some of the not as powerful villains. So, and then you can kind of, you know, balance how, you know, if I got a mid-range hero, I can put him against a little less good villain. So that way I give myself a little bit of a boost if you're having a hard time. So there's, you know, that old power structure, and, you know, a lot of people will agree which heroes are the most powerful, and you can get online and watch videos on. But as the cycles go and they add more things, certain heroes will go up and certain heroes will go down. So it's a constant struggle to try and figure out, like, which heroes are really powerful and which ones aren't. Now I'm trying to remember which one of these I lost. I lost one of these sheets, which I was keeping all of these because when you buy the expansion, it comes in it comes in the little plastic. You open it up, and then the cards are there, and then behind the plastic is this little thing, and it has like rules for the new heroes and, you know, all the credits and everything. But it has a nice little artwork on the other side, so I thought, oh, I would just keep all these. But somehow one of mine vanished, and I don't remember which one it is. So now I don't even have them all, which is a bummer. All right, well there you go. That's a good look at Marvel Champions. A lot of heroes. A lot of people play this online. You can check out lots of videos. There's lots of people that do just Marvel Champions content. There's a couple channels that I watch. One of them's called D20 Woodworking. He's got a really good channel, so check his stuff out. He does a lot of like overviews. Like tier structures. Which heroes to start with if you're just getting into Marvel Champions. Which heroes should you try? You know, stuff like that. Great Essentials games today, Jester. Thanks. That's good. It was a good subject. It was good to hear everyone's thoughts and hear what they had to say. I would have to say that Rough Swordsman and Nate are nuts on what games they consider as essential games. Like, essential to me is games you have to have, not you want, but you have to have in your collection, or you don't consider yourself a wargamer if you don't have these. David says, yes, it was great, thanks. Yeah, I appreciate it, guys. That's good. You guys definitely there helping and posting comments and stuff are very good and very helpful for us to keep us motivated and keep us interested. So, yeah, we look forward to bringing some more content for you guys. So, yeah, it's fun. Marvel Champions is fun. It is very frustrating for me because I want my heroes to be the most powerful and just destroy, which is what we all want. And when they don't, then you get frustrated because you're like, why did my heroes not do it, but your stupid heroes do? Like Spider-Ham, which is a spider cartoon character. Spider-Ham, yes. Spider-Ham is a cartoon character, right? He is... I would never play this character because I just have no interest in playing cartoon characters. And yes, I realize all comic book heroes are cartoon characters, but this is like somebody that, you know, it just like this just doesn't, for me, being a 60-year-old male, I don't get into like juvenile 13-year-old tricks. It just doesn't turn me on. Like, juvenile acting things drive me nuts. So I would never play a character like this. But he is like one of the top 4 or 5 heroes power level in the game. So it's like when you have Spider-Man, which is, I mean, how many movies have there? 4 or 5, 6 movies for Spider-Man out there. A all-time classic hero, and his power level is probably, I'm going to say he's probably in the bottom third. I mean, he's probably, I would say, he's between the bottom third and a half. So he's somewhere in between maybe 30, 35 to maybe the top 20. No, that's not right because there's 50 some heroes. So he'd be like from 40 down to like 20. So he's in between 40 and 20. If you're going to rank him from 1 to 54, Spider-Man would be somewhere between 20 to 40 in that range, somewhere in there. So somewhere in the bottom half or about mid-range, I think. Spider-Ham is in the top 4. And it's like, you have this character who's got no movies, no history, I didn't even know about this character until he popped up as a thing. So this is why this game can be very frustrating, because like, I have these characters that I don't want to play and that are super, super powerful. And then you have characters that my precious Avenger heroes. And then, of course, you have the whole mechanism that Fantasy Flight uses where they release a pack, right? And they put the worst 2 heroes in the pack because everyone's going to buy the pack because you have to buy the pack to get the new villains. The new villains only come in the packages, the big boxes. They don't have separate villains. So you have to buy the box, so you might as well put the worst 2 heroes in the box. And this box comes with, I think, 4 or 5 villains. I forget how many came in this expansion. I will tell you here in a second because it probably tells us on the back cover. Right here's the back. Oh. Put the lid out upside down. Are you kidding me? There's the back cover. Rise of Red Skull, Hawkeye, and Spider-Woman. Like, we all kind of knew Hawkeye. How many of you out there ever heard of Spider-Woman before that? I never heard of Spider-Woman. I had no idea there was I had Spider-Man. Yes, I've heard of Spider-Man, obviously. Then you get Red Skull. Crossbones, Absorbing Man, Taskmaster, Armazola, and then Red Skull. So you do get 5 villains in the box. So Fantasy Flight knows people are going to buy the box for sure because 5 villains are going to be in here. We'll throw the 2 crappiest heroes in here because we want everyone to go out and buy the expansion packs for the heroes. And I'm not sure which heroes came in that cycle, but it was like I will tell you which heroes came in the cycle because I can look it up. Shameless plug, 1985 season ticket baseball tomorrow morning, Cardinals and Astros. There you go. Absolutely. Plug away. So, Marvel Champions. Let's see if it's actually listed in the wiki. Let's see if it lists it in the wiki. No, it's Marvel Champions. Interesting, they don't have a... Oh, wait a minute. Here's Marvel Champions, the card game wiki. Okay, so the first expansions that came out, obviously you got the core box, and then with this cycle... So you had Captain America, Hulk, Venom, Black Widow, and Quicksilver, and Thor. So I think there's 6 heroes that come out in each cycle. Second cycle was Gamora, Star-Lord, Drax, Nebula, Ant-Man, and Wasp. I think somewhere like that. So you got the 2 worst heroes in here, Hawkeye and Spider-Woman, and then you got Captain America, which everyone's going to want Captain America. You got Hulk, you got Venom, you got Black Widow, Quicksilver. These are all like very popular heroes. So you got, it's just frustrating. It's like, I mean, you're probably going to get it all anyways if you're going to get into the series, but it's like, why are you doing this? Why does Fantasy Flight do the things they do? It's just hard to imagine, I guess. Anyways, I've been rambling on for nothing. It's still a great game. It's can be very frustrating. The dials that I was using are from these are from Sentinels of the Multiverse because I mean when you compare the size of the dials that It's like I don't have room on the desk for these, like, you know, if you're playing with several heroes and a couple villains that take up the big amount of space on there. It's like some of the things, yeah, it's fine. It's fine. I'm not going to complain about it. It's interesting. There's a lot of deck building, a lot of mechanisms, trying to make your heroes do things, and then you build decks, and then you got to test your deck and find out it doesn't work like we just did, and realize, oh, we got too many defensive cards in there, so now I'm going to have to take cards out of it and put other cards in there, and so then you got to test it again, and there is a database you can go online and try other people's builds, but I find these to be very situational. Like if you're going up against a certain villain or something, I don't find them to be, you know, just generic decks that I can take up against any hero or any villain, any enemy. So yeah, it's you know, it's a lot of extra work, and I don't have a lot of extra time to be like deck building and deck managing. You know, oh, I'm going to take these 2 cards out and try my deck again. Like, I don't have time for that. If you play one game and you focus in on Marvel Champions, like I said, there's a lot of people that do that. They play, you know, 90% Marvel Champions and maybe a few other things here and there, but their main game is Marvel Champions, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. If you got the time to do that, then yes, you can do a lot of deck building and management and, you know, all that manipulation and stuff like that. I don't have time for that. Are you kidding me? I've got piles and piles of games, and I just want to sit down and play with the deck. I don't want to have to spend 16 sessions trying to build the perfect deck. I just want to sit. That's why I love Marvel Champions or Sentinels of the Multiverse better than Marvel Champions, because I want to be able to sit down and play a freaking game with a deck, and I don't want to have to spend hours and hours building one. And if you love deck building, this is your game for you, because there's just tons and tons of deck building. Phoenix Knight is playing this on his channel. You can check it out on his channel if you're interested. Shameless plug to him as well. And he's also going to do 1985 season ticket baseball, Cardinals and Astros tomorrow. And yeah, I would love to play another game of this sometime, probably before I put it away again, because once I put it away again, it might be 2 months before I get it out again. So I would like to maybe check out Magneto, the new hero. He's supposed to be pretty powerful. Discard cards from the top of the deck until a magnetic card is discarded. Add that card to your hand. So once per round, he just basically adds a card to himself for free. Okay, that's not too bad a card. Or too bad a power. And his alter ego side is Survivor. Response: after you change to this form, shuffle the top 3 cards of your discard pile into your deck. Okay, so he doesn't get anything. He doesn't get a power when he starts the game. He's got to flip over to hero form, and then later on, when he flips back, then he will get to take 3 cards and shuffle back into his deck. Okay. I'll try him out sometime. I would like to try him out. All right. Well, thanks everyone for watching. We'll see you soon. Take care. See you next time. Have a good night, and we'll see you down the line. Till then.